ALOOOHA!
How is everybody doing? It's Saturday, our first live Saturday stream. How's everyone doing out there?
How many people do we have in the room, and where are you all watching us? Welcome to our new live stream series. Real stories about your recent Hawaiian vacation, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
That's
And
right.
today we have a special guest.
Yes. We have Oscar with us today. He's from California. He's going to be joining us in just a few, and he's going to be sharing his story. He was here just about a week ago, and he has some amazing stories. So make sure you stick around. How's everybody doing? Aloha.
From Kansas. Aloha.
Aloha. Let us know if it's your
Devon.
first time on our live stream.
From NYC, Devon, you missed our yesterday's live, right? I don't think
Yeah, he wasn't in here.
Welcome, New
Zealand.
Chee. Aloha. So good to have you all today.
Yes.
And this is our second live stream in a row. A quick announcement, guys. Tomorrow we are premiering a new video, Waikiki walking tour, where we walk throughout the entire Kalakaua Avenue, pointing out all the major hotels, restaurants, and things to do. So you get a real-time perspective of how far things are located between each other. So join us. What time is the premiere? You can actually head over to our YouTube channel and set the reminder for the premiere. But and we will be in the room with you watching and answering all your questions.
We're actually walking from the ALOOOHA Canal from one end of Waikiki all the way to the Kaimana Hotel, Kaimana Beach, the entire stretch, Kalakaua Avenue, the main avenue, and we're going to be pointing out everything you need to know, all the major hotels, major restaurants, and things to do. But without further ado, let's bring in our guest, Oscar. Please say hello to Oscar, ladies and gentlemen.
Aloha, Oscar.
How you doing?
Okay, guys, let us know if you guys can hear Oscar clearly. Let us know if you can see him. Okay, where are we at here? Aloha
Kenny
from South Carolina.
Can they hear me? We good?
Guys, just give a quick mic check and audio check for Oscar. And if you can see Cheryl, say hi, Oscar.
All right.
You guys are so awesome and so welcoming. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Aloha, Linda. Yes, clear. Thank you, Honolulu Dreamer.
Okay.
All right, Oscar. So, just bringing everyone up to speed. So, you were here about a week ago with your family of 4, correct?
5, yes.
5. Family of 5. So, that's a big vacation. That's a lot of planning that has to be done, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah.
So, why don't you walk us through a little bit, the first part, the preparation of you coming here, how long in advance you were kind of putting things together as far as your hotel and your car rental?
Well, I initially had planned my trip back in March, and I got a hotel, which is a Ohana Outrigger, right behind the Beachcomber, where the McDonald's is at. And then I got a car rental, and it's crazy because about a week before I flew out there, I got an email from Hertz saying that they got to refund my car rental because they don't have any cars. And then I got an email from
No way.
yeah.
They wanted to cancel you like that?
Yeah, and I was like, well, what do I do? So they did give me my money back though. Like I think within the next day I had it in my account. But that wasn't the issue for me. The issue was, where could I find a car now? So I found an app called Turo, and I got a Tacoma for the 9 days I was there for $600, which was half the price of what I had paid for a Corolla. So
Good
yeah,
for you.
it worked out.
Wow.
And then the hotel, it kind of put me in a bind, but it kind of didn't because we were scheduled to be at the Ohana Outrigger, and that had a kitchenette, right? But the same thing. They said they were too overbooked and they couldn't fit me in. So now they reached out to their sister company, and it was the Beachcomber, and they put me in there, no kitchenette, but they put me in 2 conjoining rooms. And I mean, the rooms there are awesome. They're amazing. You got the pool, jacuzzi. So it was an upgrade. I'm kind of glad that happened. So yeah, it worked
Was
out.
there was there a reason why you chose to book a hotel with a kitchenette as opposed to one without?
The reason being, for one, was going to be food, right? So I'm just like, man, family of five, breakfast alone is going to be 100, lunch alone is going to be another 100, and then dinner's going to be, so that's $300 a day. But yeah, the plan was to go to Costco, get groceries, and cook, in the morning and during the day and stuff like that. But it actually worked. We made it work because we got two conjoining rooms at the beachcomber. So we had one fridge full of bottled water, and then another fridge, had like sandwich meat, cheese, and bread and fruits, and so it
Snack.
worked out. Yeah, yeah, it worked out.
That's awesome. And as far as so we spoke a little bit, and you told us that you actually did a lot of activities while you were here. How were
Mhm.
you planning for those activities? Were you planning them when you got here, or how long in advance were you planning to do these things?
Okay, well, so I was on that island back in '04. So, but I really only stayed in Kailua area, right, which is like what would you say, the northeast of the island. So, I never really went out to these other areas. So, back in March when I booked my trip, I actually found you guys on YouTube, and I was
Huh?
watching you guys. Yeah, I was watching you guys' videos almost every single day. You
Thank you
know,
so much, Oscar.
yeah, yeah, until like a week before I left, and yeah, so that helped me because I was like, okay, well, when you guys did the 7 day itinerary challenge, and um,
Hmm.
the what to do on the windward side, what to do in the north shore, so that kind of all helped me. And then once I
Hmm.
got there, I got to the airport. I was just like, okay, well, seeing the videos, everything is not close to each other, you know. So, I planned it out, and I planned it out to where we could do one or two things a day, but everything is so close. We did like four things in one day. So
Oh, that's good. So
yeah,
things weren't. What you're saying is that it wasn't spaced out enough where you had to limit the amount of things you saw because things were generally so close. You can knock out a few things in one day
correct. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, comparing to the Big Island, Oahu, you can drive around the entire island nonstop.
and do one activity.
In 3 hours.
Yeah.
So it's literally every
yeah.
activity is more than an hour away.
Hmm.
Right.
So let's talk a little bit about your itinerary and what you did in the week that you were here.
Okay. So when I landed like around 11:30 in the morning, and then I went to Wahiawa, which is about
Mhm.
30 minutes, 40 minutes, depending, to go pick up my car rental. And then from there, we just went back to
Oh,
Waikiki. We checked in.
did you take a cab to Wahiwa or take a bus to pick up your
Uh,
car?
we did a Uber.
Uber. Okay. Do you
Okay.
Yeah.
remember how much it cost you?
Oh man, they robbed me. It was like $107.
That was for
Yeah,
Uber.
Wow, wow.
that was for
So,
Uber.
guys, quick tip for you: if you check the Uber price and it's too much, call one of the local taxi companies and see how much they will charge you, or maybe pre-book because again, Uber is depending on the availability and demand. So, if there are too many people requesting Ubers, not too many cars available, the prices will go up, and that is a ridiculous price, honestly.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So someone is asking. Let me kind of put this up here like this. So someone is asking, what is the name of the app
Rodrigo,
you use for your Tacoma rental?
It's
it's
called
called
Turo.
Turo.
Sura.
So
Yeah.
I'll put it, Rodrigo, I put it here in the chat. It's called Turo. Is actually a very popular company for car rentals. It's just like Airbnb for car rentals. So people renting out their own personal vehicles, and some arrange specific pickup. So some might have availability in Waikiki. Some might charge you to bring your car where you are at. Some might have it by the airport. Some might have the fee. So cars range in quality. They have ratings, so you can actually that was for 7 day rental, correct? Kenny is
Uh,
asked.
9. 9 days.
No. Oh,
9 days. So
days.
$600
Wow.
Yeah.
for 9 days on Turo. Okay, there you go, guys.
Yeah.
Did you have your kids in the back of the truck?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yeah.
Ah, yes. So, guys, this is a Hawaii thing. You are allowed to ride in the back of the pickup truck, and it's just like was one of the shockers to me. And anybody can ride. We see kids, adults. We see big groups just sitting literally in the back of the pickup truck.
So how did that come about that your kids jumped in the back? Did they know about this or?
Well, it was weird because our first day we went to get a car rental and we saw a family in the back. And they're like, oh, we got in the back. But, out there in Hawaii, on the freeway, the speed limit's 45, 55 miles an hour. So
Mhm.
I was like, you know what? Yeah, you guys can ride in the back. So it was like the first time I did it, it was like, I was nervous for about 45 minutes till I got to the hotel. But after that, it was nice.
Oh,
You get
that's
used
cool.
to everything, right?
Yeah. So,
That's so awesome.
yeah.
Sirix is asking, did you have to do a COVID for the whole family?
For the whole family. So for my wife and I and my oldest daughter, we didn't because we're vaccinated, right? So we were able to upload on the Safe Travels our cards. And then for the two younger ones, yeah, I did. I did. So if you go on the Safe Travels website, then they have by state, right? So like me, I'm in California. So it told me in California, I can go to LAX, I can go to San Diego State University, which I'm 20 minutes from there. So I went there, and it's about 12 hours till you get your results. And yeah, I did that, and everything worked smooth. After that, when you look at your Safe Travels account, because you have to make an account, it'll tell you, okay, you have this, you have this, you have this. And then at the end, it's going to say, oh, are you screened? It's going to say, no, you get screened actually at the airport. They have to physically see the results or your card. So
What are the ages of your children?
They are 11 and 14.
Okay, and when you created your profile, they went under your profile, or you created a
Yeah.
profile separately for them?
No, I made a profile just for them, under mine. So I created
Under
mine
yours.
and then added both.
All the
in.
minors under 18 have to
Awesome.
go under adults. And guys, if you're still confused of all the rules and regulations of how to upload your vaccine card or whether you need a test or not, we created a separate video for you for all the requirements starting on July 8th. If you have been fully vaccinated anywhere on the US mainland at least 14 days prior your departure, you do not need to take the test. But if your children have not been vaccinated fully or have not been vaccinated at all, they do need the test. There are some exclusions for kids under 5. So just watch that video and we'll tell you step by step how to upload your vaccine exactly and what do you need to click on.
Yes, for sure. Okay, let's get into some of the activities. And guys, while we're here and we're going over things with Oscar, if you guys have any specific questions for him that you might want to ask or want to know, definitely drop it in the comments and let us know. If you're watching this on the replay, you know what to do, right? Okay, so yes, let's talk about the activities.
What do they need to
Okay,
do?
so
They need to click like and leave a comment. If they have any questions, you can always leave a comment and we'll be sure to answer that.
them.
Or maybe Oscar can jump in and answer it as well.
There it is.
Yeah. There you go. So day one, we landed, got our hotel, our truck, and then went to our hotel to check in. By the time that was all said and done, it was probably about 2:00. So
And that was in
day,
Waikiki, correct?
Yeah. So we knew day one, we just had to stay local. So we're like, we'll just go to Waikiki. But the thing with Waikiki, though, it's so packed right now. Like, it's just packed. So we walked the whole strip of Waikiki, from the Hilton all the way down to a little by the zoo where you guys do the acro at that park.
Right.
So like right there, and then we just made our way back. And we were in the water for about an hour or so, maybe 2. But it's so packed, And so after that, we went back to our hotel room and used the jacuzzi in the pool. And that was day one. And then day two, we got up. We usually left the hotel around 9 a.m., 9:30 the latest. And so day two, we actually hit. We went to I think it's considered the North Shore of the island, if I'm not mistaken. Waimea, Laniakea Beach,
Uh-huh.
Waimea,
Waimea
Waimea
Bay
Falls,
and
right? Yeah,
Laniakea Beach. Yes, it is North
yeah,
Hmm.
Shore.
yeah. So we headed there, but on our way there, we passed that Dole plantation. So I said, let's just do the Dole plantation. We're already here, and we
Right.
spent about a good hour and a half there. And then I don't know, maybe 20 minutes away, we hit Laniakea, which is Turtle Beach, and
Right. What was your
we parked.
experience? What was the experience there?
Oh, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. There was some traffic hitting up there about the last half mile before you got there, but that's just people, parking and people leaving the parking area and all the people
Mhm.
crossing the street, right? 'Cause there's no street lights, so you gotta hurry up and cross the street. So,
Mhm.
but
Did you
it
see
was
any
nice.
turtles?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So here's a tip for if you guys want to see turtles, right? When you go to that beach, you'll see them laying out on the sand. So those aren't all the turtles they have there. You have to actually get in the water and go by the rocks because they're feeding in the rocks, and you'll see three or four of them at the same time. And you're not supposed to touch them or do anything like that. You just get close enough. You'll see some that just went by you. But
Hmm.
but yeah, yeah. If you guys want to see turtles, if there's none out on the shore, just go in the water by the rocks, and you'll see them. They're there.
Right.
Or sometimes you see, guys, on this drone footage, the shoreline is very rocky. So a lot of times you don't even need to go inside the water. The normally turtles rest and nest all the way at the end of the beach. You see by the tree line. This is
Hmm.
where turtles normally sit. But if you walk all the way along that rocky shoreline, you can see turtles coming really close, almost out of the water, and you can see them right there. So if you don't want to get into the water, sometimes it also can be dangerous because rocks are slippery.
Hmm.
So if you do decide to go in the water, make sure you have your water shoes on, and again, stay at least 10 feet away from the turtles because it is the law.
Yes. Okay, you can continue. Where did you go after that?
One more thing, Oscar. A lot of people asking if Dole Plantation worth it. What was your experience on Dole Plantation?
So Dole Plantation for me was worth it. One because when I first walked in, it's not a big line. You'll see a line, but that line is just to, if 20 people go out, 20 people come in. But it goes real quick. A lot of people are just for they're there for the Dole Whip, and then they go outside to the courtyard, the food. Um, so for me, it was definitely worth it because when I first went in, I saw a jewelry store, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was, oh, I can get my wife and the girls, something nice out here. So I ended up getting my wife like these Maria white gold uh, earrings with diamonds in
Hmm.
them, right? And then I got the girls a necklace, but what it is they call it the pearl experience. So you get a oyster and you crack it open, and then you kind of squeeze the oyster, and pearls come out of it. Well, one, right? One pearl comes out of it, a
Right.
different color, and then they're able to put that pearl onto a necklace. And
Okay.
yeah, so that yeah, for me that was
So
So
all worth it
you
right
you
there.
get a surprise.
Was
Surprise
that?
pearl. You get a
Oh yeah, yeah.
surprise pearl because pearls do come in different shapes and
Hmm.
colors
hmm
and sizes as well. So you never know what you're gonna get once
Oh
you
yeah,
open that oyster.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And then
So
from
how much
there,
did you pay for the oyster experience?
I think the oyster. It depends on what jewelry you get. So I just did like regular necklaces for them, which is like $100 each. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so about a
So
hundred
it's
each.
it's basically two price. It's one price to open the
Mm-hmm.
oyster, and then another price to put it on the
In the
piece of jewelry
setting.
you
Mm-hmm.
select.
Yeah, yeah. But if you get the piece of jewelry that it's about 100, they'll usually just throw in the pearl, pretty much.
Okay, I
Yeah.
see.
So,
That
but
makes
yeah,
sense.
But
after
don't
that,
forget pearl free.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But then after that, we had that Dole Whip, and we just sat outside for a little bit. We didn't do the maze. That hour was about 2 hours. It was about 2 hours long for that line. So yeah,
So
we didn't do that.
in your opinion, do you think it was worth stopping there?
If you've never been, I say yeah, because now you can judge it off, your own, you know, opinion. But for me, like I never been, so for me it was worth it to go and just say, oh, well, why I've been there, or I've tried this and I've tried that, and then as you're leaving the Dole plantation, they got these little pineapples that are growing. Take pictures of
Hmm.
them. So I mean, if you've never been around that kind of environment, I mean, I would say it's worth it. As far as a ride though, 2 hours for a maze ride to me, I didn't do it. To me, I wasn't gonna wait 2 hours. So,
Right. Because
So,
but
guys, Dole Plantation has several activities available. They have a train ride and pineapple maze that you will see, or you see right now on the drone. For those activities, there is a 2 hour wait line. But if you want to get into the shop, get the Dole whip, or just it's a much shorter line. Oscar says it takes about 20 minutes to get inside the store.
no, it probably took about total to get in the store and get my Dole Whip, probably 30 minutes in and out.
30 minutes to get your
Yeah,
Dole Whip. And if you stop in there just to walk around the grounds and see how the pineapples grow, there is no line there. You can just walk in and walk out pretty much.
right, so we gave you alternative ways because obviously when you go to Dole Plantation, you want to try the Whip, right? That's kind of
right,
like
right.
the number one thing to do. Besides, if you want
Hmm.
to take the train around the plantation, but there are places in Waikiki where you can have Dole Whip and it tastes the same. So our suggestion is do that. You go to Waikiki and have your Dole Whip, and then when
If
you
you don't
do,
want to stay in line.
right, and if you
Hmm.
come here to Dole Plantation, just go right in and walk around the facility and see how beautiful it is, and then you'll be
Yeah,
fine with that. Hmm.
yeah. And again, I only stopped there because it was on the way to Waimea. So I was
Right.
like,
Right.
well, we're here. Let's just do this. And honestly, it took maybe an hour out of our time. From the time we got in, we sat down, kind of chatted for a bit, browsed the store for a bit. So yeah, we were there for an hour max, and then
Right.
we got on our way.
Awesome.
So, guys, we have 40 people in the room right now. If you're getting value out of these real stories, some tips from Oscar, don't forget to give it thumbs up.
Yes.
All right. So, Oscar, how was your experience at Waimea Bay? What did you do there?
Oh man, so let me tell you about Waimea Bay. So first of all, we
Story
parked at
time.
Laniakea. We parked at Laniakea, right, Turtle Beach. And I
Mm-hmm.
said, I had asked one of the locals. I said, "Hey, how far is Waimea Rock from you? The jump rock, which is
Uh-huh.
Waimea Bay." He said, "Oh, it's about 5 minutes." And I said, "Oh, okay." So I was like, "We'll just walk." I said, "We'll just walk there." Yeah, that was about almost a 2 hour walk, or hour 45 walk.
So, guys,
And
when people tell you 5 minutes, they don't walk, it's a drive.
yeah, yeah. So and I was wearing Crocs the whole time, right? And I got a backpack on. I'm getting blisters on my toes, and I was just like, man, where is this beach? So I kept asking the locals, hey, how much more further is Waimea? And finally, I had a guy tell me, oh, if you go up that hill, you'll see it. So once I went up the hill, yeah, I did see it, and it was it made it worth it for me, right? But never again will I do that. I'll just drive up, the extra, I think he meant 5 minutes driving because walking it was not 5 minutes. So
Right. Of
but
course.
yeah, but we get there and the water there is about 79, 77, 80 maybe. Warm water. I think everywhere I went around the island had warm water, you know. So but yeah, we did we did the rock, we jumped off and so
Did you
yeah,
jump off the highest spot of the rock,
I
or
did. I did.
you
Yeah, so
did?
yeah,
Wow.
so they have three levels, right? So as you can see on
Uh
the
huh.
screen, they got like, the lower one, the medium one and the high one.
Right.
And so I was already kind of hurting because I walked 2 hours in Crocs,
Of
and I'm just like,
course.
man, I'm kind of hurting. Well, then I get to the very top of the rock, I jump off, and it doesn't look deep, but it's real, real deep. And as soon as I jumped off, when I got in the water, I went to do this to bring myself up, and I lost my ring. My ring came off completely. Whoop,
No.
came off in the water. So yeah, it's down there
Wow.
somewhere.
So here's the moral of the story, guys. If you go in the ocean, whether you planning to jump off the rock or you just going into the ocean, do not wear your jewelry, ladies, your rings, engagement ring. My personal friend lost her engagement ring that they just got married not a few years ago. They just got married, and she went swimming, and she lost her rock. And because that was a very expensive engagement ring, and they actually called the guy with
the metal detector.
Yeah, metal detector. He was swimming for over an hour, and he found her engagement ring. It cost her a lot to find it. I think she paid about $500 for this service,
but not as much as if it would have been if she would have lost it.
Exactly.
So yeah, you definitely got to be careful with that. So we have a question coming in. The news is talking about COVID cases increasing. Do you see any chances of upcoming lockdown? Well, as far as we know, they're not trying to go backward. Right now, we're on tier 5. They're not trying to go backward. But yes, the cases are increasing the Delta variant. And they're keeping a really close eye on it. And they're trying to prevent it in different ways. They're looking at the hospital numbers because obviously they don't want the hospital to be overwhelmed. So they're just keeping a close eye on it. But right now, nothing really too crazy for anything to be going on lockdown.
Dara is asking, did you try the pink pineapple?
No, I didn't. I did see them though, but no, I didn't try it.
Oh, I actually never heard of a pink pineapple. Is it the pineapple pink inside or the outside, or the whip is pink?
It's the outside.
Outside.
I would think it's the outside also. Yeah. Awesome.
I really want to try it now. I've never seen it anywhere in a supermarket. Maybe it's a Dole thing, a new sort of pineapple.
So where else? So guys, really quickly, if you're asking Oscar any questions, if you could address his name before you ask the question, this way we know that the question is being asked of him, and then we can kind of pull your question up and have him address it. Okay, so where else did you go and what else did you do?
So that day, so that was our second day. We just did those 3 things: the Dole, Turtle Beach, and then Waimea Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Had I known Waimea Falls was just across the street, I probably would have just knocked that out too. But I didn't know that. So
do you think you would have had enough time for that?
Oh yeah, because I mean, when you're at a beach, everything is so close. So like the North Shore, everything Laniakea and Waimea are literally like a 5 to 10 minute drive, and then Waimea Falls is, maybe a 10-minute walk from the beach.
Mm-hmm.
So we're only spending 2 hours tops at each beach. I mean, before we hit the road again. But I think 2 hours more than enough.
Okay, so coming back to what you were saying before with your car rental, and being that everything is so close and you can knock things out in a day or so, when you did mention you are planning on coming back to Oahu with your family, do you see yourself renting a vehicle for the duration of the time you're here, or just a short period of time, based on the things that you wanted to do?
Well, now when we go back, we're not staying in Waikiki. We're probably going to stay in Kailua area. Lanikai and Kailua Beach. We're going to stay in that area, just because that's to me that was our favorite spot to stay at. And so no, I think if I do that again, I might just get a car for maybe 2 to 3 days, and that's just to go to the North Shore the North Shore of the island, really.
But again, keep in mind, if you are planning to stay in Kailua or Lanikai, things up. Unless you're staying right at the beachfront and planning to take an Uber back and forth to your grocery shop, things are not as close as in Waikiki. So you might need a car just to go to a restaurant, just to go to grocery, or depending on where you're renting your Airbnb from, you might need to take the car from your Airbnb to the beach.
Yeah, because I know about there in Kailua, they only had a restaurant called Buzz. That's the only thing they had there.
Right.
Well, in Kailua town, there are a lot of restaurants and a lot of food options. But again, from the beach to the town, it's a walk. So,
we have a question for you. Best place to feed the entire family that was yummy and cheap.
Oh man, the best place to we did a place called Zippy's.
Zippy's.
That was
Chain diner, guys. Zippy's. Was the food good?
Oh yeah, I liked it. It was affordable. Um, oh, you know where else too, but it's a drive. It's going towards Kualoa, the Poi Factory.
Okay.
Okay. So
That's
what was the
affordable.
experience
Poi
at the Poi
Factory.
Factory?
It's so I've never had poi, so that's the reason why I went to try it out. And we actually had met some locals at our hotel that lived in Laie, and they were just there because it was her birthday. So she's the one that told us about it. Yep, that's it right there. And so I had the luau pork. Is it luau or
It's
yeah?
Kailua
Kailua
pork,
pork.
not
There you go. There you go.
Kailua.
Yeah.
Kailua pork.
And I had that. We had the dessert called Sweet Lady.
Sweet lady.
Yeah, we did that. It's the ice cream with I don't know some kind of paste they put in the bottom. But that was actually affordable, and the servings are decent, you know.
Bobby's
So,
here.
but yeah, I would say either the Poi Factory or Zippy's. Um,
Mhm.
I mean, obviously, there's Burger King, McDonald's, and stuff like that. But if you want to try different things, I would say for sure Zippy's or L&L's too. If you've never been to L&L's, so.
I like L&L's there for sure. So Bobby's here. Aloha, Bobby. Thank you for joining.
Aloha.
She says, "Hi, Oscar. Love the coffee in Waikiki. Do you have to wait in a very long line to get the coffee?"
So for me, I was up kind of early because I'm from California. So I was up at 4 in the morning in
Woo.
Hawaii because it was 7 in the morning in Cali. So Starbucks, there was a Starbucks right behind my hotel that I walked to. It's by a McDonald's, and they open at 6:30. But if you get there early in the morning, there's really no line. I didn't start seeing the line until about when we were leaving to go to our activities. So about 9:30, 10, there was big lines for coffee. But we went to a place called Aroma Cafe, which is right below our hotel. So it's in the actual hotel building. So as you're going up the escalator to check in, it's right there. It's called Aroma Cafe. Um, Not a big fan of their coffee. I drink a lot of coffee, and it just wasn't a big fan. I found a spot. Um, you guys know where I'm talking about. I forget the name, but so as I'm going down the escalator,
A
as I'm
corner
going to,
coffee for beers.
Wait.
oh, I went there too. Oh, their croissants. Oh my God, yeah, I went there too. Yeah. So yeah, I went there too, and their croissants are off the chain. Yeah, that's actually
Yeah.
inside in the international marketplace. So
Right.
yeah, but then another good spot I found is as you're going down the escalator toward the main street, you make a left.
Mhm.
You keep walking down. You pass the ABC store. You pass the international marketplace. You just keep going. They have like a little kiosk or like a little hut where they make waffles with pineapple, and they have good coffee there too. I forget what it's called.
Is it on going on
Kalakaua.
Kalakaua
Mhm.
Avenue towards the
Yeah.
zoo?
Yes.
Mhm.
I never
Yeah,
seen
I
that
don't
place.
recall.
You're gonna
So
need to drop a pin on Google Maps so we can go check it out and
yeah,
tell the rest.
Sorry
yeah.
about that.
Ooh,
Go
like
So
that.
right across the street is the Ala Moana Hotel.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's right there. Like
So
as
it's
I'm
not
sitting down.
towards the zoo then.
So the key. So if it's across the Ala Moana,
He said across Alamana Hotel is right
you
across.
sure it's not Moana Surf Rider?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Moana Surfrider.
The white hotel, right?
Yes.
So the only kiosk I know there is by the hotel, and
Next to
they sell like
Haagen-Dazs.
these things that spin, and it looks psychedelic.
No. That kiosk is actually right next to a hotel. On the left side of the street. I forget. I
Interesting.
gotta
We're gonna
look
have
it
to look
up.
that up. Yeah.
Yeah, but they have good coffee there, and there's really no line there because it's so small.
Right. So we have another question for you.
What was
What
the
was the
most
most
romantic
romantic?
activity? Okay, the most romantic. Well, we took kids, right? So it's we gotta find.
When kids are
We,
involved, no
No
romance.
romance.
my son doesn't even knock on. He just opens the door. So, um, no, one of the good things. It was just me and her. We went to a steakhouse called Wolfgang,
Mhm.
and man, to me, it was beautiful. The whole thing. I mean, from the service to the food, to everything. So yeah, that was about that, and probably getting my wife her earrings. You know,
Mhm.
Right.
so yeah, that was good. You know, but
Nice.
yeah.
Oh, that was sweet.
Yeah, that's awesome. We have another question for you.
Hmm.
It's about, let's see, food
Food
trucks,
trucks?
right? Yeah.
Did you try the food trucks? Yes, I did. I actually tried Giovanni shrimp. That was about a 2 hour wait.
Woo!
Was it
Oh my
worth it?
But
gosh!
it was worth it.
Okay.
Um, it was worth it. I never went to Ted's Bakery. I heard they're better, but for
Mm-hmm.
the time being, it was worth it while I was there. But they have more food trucks there. They have Hono's, which is right in front of Giovanni's. I tried them. Giovanni's were just a little better. But in the meantime, we got Shave Ice. Right, they got a food truck there that does Shave Ice, and then we did like there's like another yellow truck that does like smoothies and stuff like that. So while we were there, we did it.
Probably sunrise cafe, something like that. Truck.
Yeah, so yeah,
Some,
something like that. Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so we kind of did those four things while we were waiting for 2 hours to get our food. So it worked out. But
Right.
yeah, I went to the Holy Grail, the donut shop.
Mhm.
That's
In
off the
Waikiki.
train. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
in Waikiki. Yeah, that yellow truck right there. I did that. What else did I do? As far as food trucks, I think that's it.
Okay. And that was when you're on the North Shore, correct?
Yeah, yeah, yep. On the
Okay.
North Shore.
All right, back to our itinerary.
Itinerary.
Day 3. What did you do
Day
on day
three.
3?
Day three off the top. Go ahead and remind me real quick.
You did Pali Look Out, you said.
Oh yes, 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 yes. So yeah, we're actually. I want to say we're headed towards Kailua,
Mhm.
and yeah. So the Pali Look Out was right there. So we kind of just pulled over, went to the Pali Look Out.
Mhm.
If you're
Anything
mili-
fun going on there?
what's that?
Anything fun going on in Pali Look Out?
It's just real windy, real windy. You see some views, but it was just a place to kind of just stop for the kids and my wife and be like, oh, this is where King Kamehameha was throwing his the people over the cliff, So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it's real windy. Yeah, I mean it's kind of cool. You never been, it's a landmark, so why not stop by real quick and take some pictures.
Right. How
Yeah.
long would you say, on average, you would go to a place like this and stay there?
Man, we were there for probably 15 minutes. Not too long.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, cause I mean there's not much to do. There, you have the upstairs and the downstairs, but
Right.
that's it. Yeah, and after that we just kept it moving. I mean, the drive through all that, like the I want to say the 61, the drive or the 63, just the drive through there is so beautiful. I mean the mountains and it rains.
Right.
I swear it rains every single time in that area. So you go from you'll go from the Waikiki sunshine through rain to Kailua sunshine. So
Yeah. It's definitely an experience.
yeah.
Also, you did you did Chinaman's Hat that day also, right?
Yeah, yeah. So we actually our main thing was we went to Kualoa Ranch, right, where they
Mm-hmm.
do Jurassic Park and Jumanji, right, where they film that stuff. But when we got there, everything was booked, and they're booked till like the end of August, right? So I didn't know that. So I'm just
Oh,
like,
you
oh
didn't
man,
book. You were just heading there just to see if you can get in.
yeah, yeah. That's what I did.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah, and so
and
they're like,
they're
we're
booked out till when?
the end of August.
End of August, guys. So if you're planning to do any tours at Kualoa Ranch, even their most popular, the movie tour, they're booked till the end of August, probably now even going into September. But there are more famous tours like zip lining, horseback riding,
Hmm.
and ATV tours are booking out even further in advance. So be
Hmm.
sure if you really want to do those activities at least 3 months in advance, be
Mm-hmm.
sure to book them.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah. But they still let you go in and walk around. Like they got like pigs and goats and horses and stuff like that. So we
Right.
kind of just did that. We did that, and then we left, and then we stopped at Chinamans Hat, and I said, man, this is kind of cool to get like a drone shot. So I pulled my drone out, and I'm going around the hat, and I lose my drone. It just loses signal, goes down in the water. So
Wow. Yeah,
so
you gotta be
yeah,
careful, guys, if you're flying your drone around Chinamans Hat, especially if you go around the backside of it. We just showed an image
yeah,
on the right hand side of the screen here. You will lose connection because there's interruption of the mountain between you and the drone and the controller. So
hmm
yeah, you gotta be really
But
careful
what
with
if
that.
you're high up?
If you're high up above, you're fine.
you'll be okay. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
just if you
If
go
you go
around the
low.
backside and you go low, that's when you get totally disconnected from your drone and you're
yeah,
liable to lose your drone. So that's like a good tip to know.
hmm
So,
yeah. And then
mhm.
you'll see people with kayaks on the side of the road. I actually went up to them to see how much it was to rent one, but that's completely booked through a different third party. They just meet you there with kayaks, really. So,
Right.
and
So
then
there's
yeah, after
several places to book kayaks, but they are not directly on the beach. You have to strap it to your car, or if you have a Tacoma, it's perfect
Mhm.
to just put the kayak and drive. But they're not too far away.
Mhm.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
and then
not
so
on the beach.
so after Chinaman's Hat, once I lost my drone, we kind of just kept it moving.
Well, uh-huh.
And the good thing is that I
You
had
know
all the
how it
footage on my
feels.
app.
We
Yeah,
we
yeah,
lost the drone on the Big Island, so we were super upset too.
Yeah, we were. It was a bummer.
yeah, yeah. So
But
the good thing for me was all the footage was on my app. That's really what I cared about, really. So
right, was losing the footage. So it was a DJI drone.
yeah, the Mini too.
Okay.
hmm
And did they
So
compensate you or anything? Was it your fault? Like,
so because it was trying to go back home. If you guys own a drone, you know that when it loses connection, it automatically wants to come back home, right, to where you launched the aircraft from. So it was trying to do that, and then it lost connection again, and it kind of just went down in the water. So I
mhm.
actually I called DJI, and they're for 125 they're gonna just replace the drone. So I
Right,
kind of went
right.
with it. Yeah.
Right.
Awesome, awesome, super cool. Okay, so what else did you do? You had for day three, you had Lanikai and Kailua. I think?
Yeah. We went to Kailua first, and
You went to
then
Kailua first.
yeah. As you're driving down from the north, it's Kailua Beach Park first, and
Mm-hmm.
then we were there we passed that. Yeah, there you go. And then after that is Lanikai Beach. And to me, the most beautiful beaches on that island is going to be Kailua and Lanikai Beach. No waves, uh, clear water. You'll see turtles there too. They'll just be swimming. Um, yeah, and
Oh,
then in Kailua on the weekends, there's a guy that sells coconuts out of his trunk, out of the
Oh,
Tacoma.
cool.
Yeah, and then he'll just chop them up for you real quick, and boom, $5 a piece. So
oh, that is
Nice.
actually the cheapest coconut you will find on the island. Usually they
yeah.
sell them for $10. So
hmm
is it on Kailua parking lot he's selling that?
No, it's actually right there, right at that video. You see that parking lot on
Mm-hmm.
the right hand side,
Okay.
a little before you pass that jetty.
Uh-huh.
He's
Uh-huh.
right there. You can't miss him. He's right there with just coconuts, just mountains of coconuts on the back of his truck.
Ah, that's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
So out of the two beaches, which one do you like the best?
I would say Lanikai. Lanikai. Just beautiful water. It's like 80 degrees, 79 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Parking. As far as parking, I actually parked at the park at Kailua Beach Park. It was maybe a 10-minute walk to Lanikai. So,
Okay.
but again, everything if you're gonna do something on either side of the island, everything is so close together. I mean, you'll be okay.
Did you make it out to Lanikai during for sunrise?
No, I didn't make it out for sunrise. No.
Okay.
So, guys, all the east side beaches are perfect to watch sunrise. And the footage we have right now is actually from Lanikai Beach from during sunrise.
Mm-hmm.
And Lanikai Beach is known for those two little islands sticking out of the ocean. You can see them partially from other beaches, but from Lanikai Beach, you have a perfect unobstructed view, and this is also a known place to be taking pictures, and it's really beautiful. And Lanikai Pillbox hike is right behind that beach. Did you make it to the Pillbox hike?
No, but you can see it though as you're driving. It's right there. It's like across the
Right.
street. So, but no, I didn't make it. I still had blisters from the second day I was there.
It was a
So,
bad advice from locals or misunderstood
Oh,
advice.
misunderstood
Yeah.
advice.
So we have a question from PH. She's asking about Jenkins Sushi at the mall, Ala Moana Mall. Are they still open? They are still open, and they actually have several locations as well. Cheryl says, I agree with Sam. Nice of him to do this for all of us. So thank you so
Yeah.
much, Oscar, for
Yes, for
taking your
taking
time and sharing your experience with
Mhm.
with us.
Us.
Yeah, not a problem.
So we
Did
have
your
another
family do a luau? So yeah, we did the luau. We did the luau over at the Polynesian Cultural Center. They call it PCC.
Mhm.
It's an all day event, but it's from like 12:30 to like really 9 because the main show starts at 7:30, but it lasts about an hour and a half. But the whole time you're there, I mean, you get there and you go to these little villages, right? Like Samoa has one, and they teach you about the culture, and then Tongans have one, Fijians have one, Hawaiians have one, and they just teach you everything. They climb the coconut trees, and they show you how they cook, stuff like that. Um, and then after that, by the time that's done, the luau, the buffet starts about 5:30. So then you
Mm-hmm.
go into the big dining room area, and yeah, it's like a buffet. You got to put your gloves on, put your mask on when you go serve yourself. And yeah, they got pork, they got shrimp, they have fish,
Wow.
they have rice, sausage, coffee, drinks, dessert,
Wow.
fruit. Yeah, yeah, it's a lot of food. And then
So
after that,
right now the buffet at PCC is still available, but you need to wear gloves and a mask to serve yourself food.
mhm, mhm, yeah,
That is actually a really interesting idea.
Wait. Run that back again. So it is a buffet.
yeah,
It's active. You can actually come up and get your food and serve
yes,
yourself.
yes. But you need your mask, and then every food station, they have gloves. So you
So
put your gloves
usually,
on.
Mm-hmm.
so usually, guys, luau is all about buffet and the show. Right now, most of the luau switch to a bento box style, where they bring you a box with all the staple food that they normally would serve you at the buffet luau, because they for safety reasons, they discontinued buffet for most of the luau's, but Polynesian Cultural Center actually still has their luau's, but they do protective measures by making sure everyone wears gloves and the mask.
That's
Hmm.
pretty interesting.
So thank you for
Yeah,
sharing that. That
Yeah.
is a very interesting point.
yeah. And then once you sit down, obviously you can take your gloves off and take your mask off.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, after that, after the food, then the show starts at 7:30, and there's no pictures, no recording. Um, and you go there, it's about an hour and a half show. It's probably, man, that show is worth it from 7:30 to the time it ends. It was a beautiful
Yeah.
show. Yeah,
Wow. So would you recommend it
I
to
would.
other people?
Yeah, yes, I
You
would.
would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, guys, Polynesian Cultural Center is all booked out till October.
October.
So again, please make your bookings. We have a family reaching out to ask, scrambling, trying to get into Polynesian Cultural Center, but everything is booked out. So
Mm-hmm.
if they're booked out on their website, you're not gonna find
Yeah, you're not gonna find
tickets.
tickets at all, for sure.
Hmm.
Wow. So just really quickly,
And how far in advance did you book your Polynesian Cultural Center?
I booked a buffet back in May.
May.
I was gonna wait. I was gonna wait. I was out when we get there. We'll just go, right? Because I'm thinking, the island just opened up. But my wife was actually the one who was like, why don't you just book it now? And I said, okay, I'll book it. So yeah,
Smart,
it was yeah,
smart.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. It was a good thing I did that. So um, for a party of five, so for all five of us, I think I paid about 600.
Mm-hmm.
600 for a
So
party of five.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I mean it's not bad. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean I mean that show alone was worth it. So yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
recommend that. And then once you're done with that, they have like a little bus that takes you around La Ie, right? It's like it's this church group, and then they just want to show you around their church, right?
Right.
And how everybody at the culture center is part of that church, and they work there and stuff like that. I kind of just did it just to well, let's go out there, you know what I mean, and see what it's about.
Right.
So, but yeah, it's a good show. Yeah, that was a good day. Yeah, that's definitely from. You'll be booked all day doing that, so but it's
Right.
worth it.
That's awesome. Okay.
So we are going to day 4 of your itinerary. Guys, if you just joining, we have Oscar here, and he's sharing his itinerary for 9-day trip to Oahu that happened this July. So we will leave his full itinerary in the description. So if you are looking for a sample itinerary that you can do, and again you're hearing his advice on what he could have done different, what you can possibly change, and things not to do. So you can if you find value in this video, be sure to click like. So day 4, you went to Byodo
I
Temple.
think there's a question here.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Um,
no, let's see, at the PCC, were you part of the ceremony where they opened the barbecue pit with the pork? No, I actually did see. Uh, so they have two luau's while you're there. They have like a more expensive one, right, where they put a layer around you and stuff like that. And then they have the one that I went to. It's kind of like just a big dining room area. I actually didn't see any pigs being pulled out of anywhere. I don't know, maybe because of COVID. I'm not sure, but no, yeah, I
Right.
didn't see that.
When
or
we
maybe because of the package.
when
So
we went, we didn't see that they pulling the pig out the ground, but what we did see was they put the pig on this thing that looks kind of like a stretcher. So they had two people carrying it, and they brought it out on stage, and they walked across the stage so people could take photos of the entire pig being laid out and carried. So that's what we
Okay.
saw when we did it. But that
but that's
was,
years ago.
yeah, that was a few years ago for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe they're doing things different for
Yeah.
sure.
All right. So
You
day
went
4,
to day 4. Oh, you did what is it?
Byodo
Byodo
Temple.
Inn. How was that?
Oh, the temple and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. So it took me a while to find the temple first, right? Because you have to go through like the
Mm.
cemetery. And so I was like, man, I don't think I'm going the right way. But yeah, it's right behind the cemetery, and there's parking there. There isn't parking. You can find parking on the ridge of the mountain. You can just park there um, on the bottom of it, and then but yeah, it was a good probably 20-25 minute kind of thing. You just walk through. You ring that big the bell with the log. And
Hmm.
you walk through the temple. You got to take your shoes off. When you walk through the temple, you got to take your shoes off, and then that's pretty much it. Then the rest, it kind of just loops around to take pictures. So,
Right.
Did,
How
did you
long?
yeah.
fit? Did you fit the koi fish?
So you can. I didn't, but yeah, you could. They have like these little for 50 cents or something like that. You can feed them.
How long did you stay there?
Probably 20-25 minutes. Not too long. Yeah.
Nice.
And then from there, we actually went down to the other botanical garden. Um,
It's called Hokomalohiya Botanical
yeah,
Garden.
Hmm.
man, that was that right there. That was. I don't recommend walking it. If you have a truck, get in the back of the truck and just drive the whole thing. 'Cause it's
Right.
long, but that was beautiful right there. That was amazing. Just deep valleys and mountains and all that stuff. So yeah, that was pretty cool.
How long did you end up staying there with the family?
We went in, we drove all the way to the end of it, and then drove back, and that was it really. and then we left, and we were on our way to. I think that day we went back to Kailua and Lanikai.
Okay.
And did you go to the pond at Hokomalihia?
No, I didn't. I didn't even know they had one. No, I didn't go to
Yes,
the
so
pond.
they have a pond there. And did you go to any of the lookouts points?
There? No, I didn't. No.
Okay, so guys, the best way to experience Hokomalihia Botanical Garden is when you just arrive at the visitor center, go in and go inside visitor center. They will give you a map and they will tell you what small hiking trails you can take and what lookouts. They have an incredible lookout where you can park and there is like just a minute uphill walk and the view over there is mind blowing. You can see those mountain ridges where you see the image right now on the drone. You can see Kaneohe Bay, the ocean view. There is a bench for you to just sit down and then take the views. That is my personal favorite spot. That lookout.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
again, if you go to the visitor center, they will outline in on the map where exactly it's located.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, really nice there. So we have a
Let's
question
see.
from Dara. Dara asks, did your family pick up some souvenirs and Hawaiian themed clothing?
Yeah, so we actually went to the Aloha flea market. What do they call it? It's next to the
Swap
Aloha
meet.
Stadium. There you go. Yeah, we went there, and yeah, we picked up some souvenirs. We picked up bracelets and purses, and what else did we get?
Did you find value there? Did you think it was cheap? Is it worth going there? Would you suggest that people go there to pick
Um,
up souvenirs?
yeah. So I actually got like real like made like Hawaiian made shirts, like with the Aloha shirts for like $12 a piece. So it was affordable. So yeah, I picked up probably like 5 or 6 of them, and then we just kept walking. And fruits. They have a lot of fruits there. They have food trucks. They have a lot of the souvenirs are like a lot of necklaces and
Right.
what else?
Did you see a
Dresses.
difference between the pricing there as opposed to the pricing, say, like in Waikiki or anywhere else that you went where you saw things that were similar, but the prices were a big difference?
Yeah, I did. I did. I actually there was some ABC stores that were selling Aloha shirts, like the button ups, for like almost $40.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And swap meet?
And yeah, it's probably $12. So
Yeah.
yeah, it
And
worked out for me.
the same, right? The same shirts,
Yeah,
literally.
yeah, it was crazy. I was just like, man, the price difference. So, but they're only open Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday, I believe. So,
Yes, they do have limited time when they open Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. You are correct, and only till they closing actually at 2 p.m. But if you go there later, they already selling out of things, so vendors start packing even like
hmm
already at night.
Yeah.
yeah,
To get there, and the earlier you get there, the better. And of course, we always
yeah.
tell you guys when you go to the Aloha swap meet, go there with intent to bargain. If you have cash, it's even better. But
Oh
never
yeah.
settle for the price that they tell you. Even though it's already low, you might think, oh, I was in Waikiki or I went to the ABC stores and I saw this exact shirt or this souvenir and it's like $5, $6 cheaper here. You might think, oh, I'm already getting a bargain. No, like literally you can go even lower than that, even if
Yeah,
it's like $4.
yeah. Actually, a lot of them there only do cash too. They don't
Yes.
do card.
Yep. So definitely go with cash and you'll be better off. So you also did the Hawaiian Hilton Hawaiian Village you mentioned.
The lagoon, yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. That was kind of cool. I mean, uh, I did it just for the kids. All right, I'm just like, okay. I guess we can go there. I really wasn't trying to go there. I was trying to go back to Lanikai. But
Hmm.
yeah, so we got there, and it was actually kind of cool. We rented a kayak, and I mean, yeah, you're kind of just chilling for the day. So yeah, it turned out to be a good day there.
Right.
Um,
Right.
even if you ran like a stand-up paddleboard, you could do it there, or you could take it to Waikiki Beach, which is, I mean, right there across the sand right there. So
Right.
yeah, it worked out. It was nice.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, we have another question for you.
Did your
Uh,
family pick up souvenirs?
that's the one. Which one was it that you were into?
So Sam is asking, did you go to Hila? I don't know how to pronounce Hatis, I guess, for clothing and souvenirs.
No, I don't even know where that's at, honestly.
Okay, so this I'm just gonna tell you quickly about it. It's a store located in Ala Moana Mall, and they are actually known for this giant shirt on the wall where a lot of people are taking photos. So it's a cool store, but definitely price wise, you can nothing can beat Aloha swap meet.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I see on day 5 you actually made it to Waimea Falls.
Yeah, and it's crazy because the question just came in. Did you go to any natural waterfalls or trails? Yeah, I went to Waimea Falls, and
Was it worth it?
it was actually. Well, if you've never been to a waterfall, it was. But if you've been to waterfalls, then it's kind of like Waikiki for me, right? For me, I'm from San Diego, so I look at Waikiki. That's like like New York, right? Saks and Louis Vuitton, or Beverly Hills. If you live there, you kind of see the same thing. But I never been to a waterfall, so for me, it was worth it. We got there, and I actually paid, to get shuttled down, round trip shuttle, because I wasn't walking up the hill again. I had blisters, so I was like, yeah, let me just go up in the shuttle. And yeah, you get to the shuttle, it drops you off at the very top where the waterfall's at. Nothing big. It's nothing big like that you see in movies or something like that. It's just a little waterfall, and you get in the water. You are required to wear vests. Um, I didn't want to wear one at first, but after they gave me mine, I understand why they do, because you get tired in there. All that, trying to stay afloat. And so, yeah, it was nice. We were probably there for like 20 minutes in the water. The water is a little colder, though, than the beach. I will say that. But,
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because it's fresh water, and all the water is coming from the mountains, guys.
Yeah.
That waterfall is about 45 feet, and the depth inside the body of water is actually 30 feet. So it might look like there's a small body of water and it's no big deal, but it is very deep there. And yes, that's one of the waterfalls where you can swim in. They provide you with the life vest. The only thing is that you have to pay for your admission, and if you don't want to walk through this path, the nature walk, you have to pay for the shuttle $10 per person each way. Is that correct?
Yeah, they got me for $200.
Yeah, but
it was okay.
Yeah, but I highly recommend to walk the path though, because they do have cultural presentations along the way. And Oscar already seen all the Polynesian houses there in Polynesian Cultural Center, but in Waimea Falls you also can see Polynesian sites like their cooking house, their sleeping house, Ohana house, and etc.
Yeah. It's really nice.
So yeah, that was worth it to me. It was good. Admission, I forget how much the admission was, but I know off the top $20. Okay, so yeah, I paid $100, and then I know off the top I paid $200 for that shuttle round trip, but it was worth it. So where is a romantic place to dine for a special anniversary?
Everybody wants to do romantic stuff. We already answered that question, right, Oscar? You went to the Wolfgang.
Yeah, I went to Wolfgang, but then for breakfast, me and my wife, it was like kind of like a brunch kind of deal. We went to Duke's across the street from our hotel, and they had little live entertainment outside. So that was kind of cool, just me and her out there. But yeah, definitely if you want, if you want some romantic stuff, I'd probably go to Wolfgang. You know what I mean? Get dressed up, go out there. I mean, even though they don't have a dress code, but yeah, go out there, get dressed up, man, and just enjoy it. I think this whole trip, 9 days with my rental, hotel, food, and all the events I did was probably like $9,000. But it was broken up to in advance in months. You know what I mean? So my airfare, my hotel, that was $4,000, but that was in like the month of March. And then as I booked other things, it adds up. But you don't really feel it at the end, though. If you do it, if you separate everything, you don't really feel the at the end. And it's kind of cool because you get to do all these things and it's already booked, paid for. So
Yeah,
Right.
but also it's a family vacation of 5 people. So if you
for
you break
9 days. So
yeah, for 9 days. So if you break it down per person, it's 1,800 per person for 9 days, and that's $200 per person. So if you're planning something for 2 people for 7 days, it's gonna be about 1,400 per person, roughly, and that's doing activities, paid
Activities.
activities,
Mm-hmm.
and with car rental and hotel and food. So you roughly can figure out how much your vacation
Right.
can
oh
cost
yeah.
you.
Do you need a reservation for Waimea Falls? No, you don't. You just show up. Show up and the parking is free. Parking is free. You pull up, park for free, and then you walk up to the ticket area, and that's it.
Hmm.
It's awesome.
So, and we spoke about Luau. So on day 7, you have Waimanalo Beach.
Yeah, that's actually, man, that was a nice little stretch of beach right there. I like that beach. Um,
Mm-hmm.
And that's,
it's
guys, one of the romantic spots for your beach walks with your significant other, because it is a 3-mile long white sand
yeah,
gorgeous beach.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah, it was a long beach, but when we got there, they were filming NCIS Hawaii.
Oh, really?
Uh,
Yeah, yeah, they were
On the
filming it.
they
beach?
have NCIS
Yeah,
Hawaii. I have to
yeah,
watch it.
yeah. So Oscar,
Awesome.
for all the places you visited, would you say finding a parking spot was challenging? Oh man, the only spot I couldn't find a parking spot in, no, actually no, actually yes, Giovanni's.
Yeah.
So that area, the food truck area, I actually parked at McDonald's and I took a risk because you're not supposed to park there or they'll tow you.
Right.
And I thought I was gonna be in and out 30 minutes maybe. And I was for 2 hours and
Yeah.
I came back and the car was still there thankfully, but the truck was
Mhm.
still there. But yeah, probably just that area, the Haleiwa area, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
probably just that area. But as far as like Waimea Bay, uh, Turtle Beach, if you don't find parking across the street from Turtle Beach, right before you get to Turtle Beach, you'll see like a big horse ranch. You could
Laniakea
park.
Beach. It's called
Yeah, yeah,
Laniakea
there,
Beach, guys. Mhm.
yeah. So you could actually park on the side right there and just walk 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Mhm. The only thing
So.
I corrected you is because we do have Turtle Beach, so people don't get
Don't get
confused.
confused.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, got you.
So, as I want to give you guys a little tip on Giovanni's truck, they actually have several locations on the island. And Haleiwa, one is located in directly in Haleiwa town. That's where Oscar had to wait 2 hours in line to get his lunch plate. There is also one in Kahuku Sugar Mill. And if you cannot find any parking at Haleiwa, I recommend to drive to Kahuku Sugar Mill. There is so much parking there and so many options for food trucks. So maybe if you want to have your lunch plate from Giovanni's, but maybe your kids want something different, at Kahuku Sugar Mill, you can find so many different options.
Mm-hmm.
There's a huge area with all food trucks, and you definitely can find an option for your entire family. And there is another location for Giovanni's truck. It is located at H Mart in Kako Ako. It's the H Mart is an Asian supermarket,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to go through the supermarket, go to the second floor, and there is a small food court, and they have another location, and there's barely any lines there. So if you really, really want to try Giovanni's, some people swear by it. We personally do not like it, but if you really want to have it and want to eat it, so that would be the location where you can get it quick,
Mm-hmm.
take it maybe to go, and still have your Giovanni
Yep.
experience.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
So did we answer this question?
Yes, we
Okay.
answered that question.
All right. So, what else? How was also for Waimanalo Beach? Did you park at the main parking lot or you parked behind McDonald's?
I parked behind McDonald's.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
Waimea Beach have two parking spots, and the main parking spots is actually highly occupied by the tent city, by the
Mm-hmm.
homeless. So it's not, as a tourist, you come into paradise. You don't really want to see it as a sad situation, but
Hmm.
not that you want to be integrated with them. So we showed you in our ultimate beach tour Hawaii east side where to park. It is a small parking lot, but it's a little bit more away from the tent city.
From the tent city, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and then
um,
after that, we just kept driving. We drove all through Lanai Look Out
Mm-hmm.
and Makapu'u, all that. We stopped at the lookouts out there,
Right.
and after that, yeah, it was just kind of. It was kind of that day we really used just to kind of drive and stop different places. Not
Mm-hmm.
really get in the water so much. We still kind of did though, because why not? So,
Right.
but
To sum this all up, so is there anything that you would have probably done different when you come back to Hawaii again?
definitely I would book everything in advance for one.
Okay.
Second, um, I was there for 9 days, and honestly, I think 9 days was too long. If I'm being honest,
Okay.
maybe eight,
Uh-huh.
maybe eight. You know, eight, yeah, 7 or 8. And then what else would I do different? That's it, really. It's
Mm-hmm.
book everything in advance and kind of just see how many days I really want to stay for. So
Right. Is
and
there anything that
maybe
surprised you? Go ahead.
I'd probably stay somewhere else other than Waikiki. If you stay in Waikiki every day, you're still good because everything's only 45 minutes away. You know, North Shore, Kailua, Lanikai. So yeah, and the drive there doesn't seem like 45 minutes. 'Cause it's a beautiful drive, but yeah, next time I go, I stay in Kailua, that area. So
Oscar, did you pay at Beachcomber for your parking?
oh man, yeah, that was $40 a night, 40 a night. So that was what 360, and then resort fees too. So that was another 30. So
That's
a
another
night.
30 a night.
So
That was another
three
30 a night.
hundred and $60 just for parking at Beachcomber Hotel,
Yeah,
and $30 resort fee. It's $270.
yeah,
So the
yeah,
total
but
fee for the hotel is $630.
With
yeah, but
parking.
they don't charge until you leave though. When you check out, that's when they'll just give you a big charge. Boom.
Boom.
So
And you're like, wait, what's this?
yeah, no, man. I was like, man,
So you had
I
no
was
idea
actually
this was coming?
I had an idea that they were gonna charge me for a resort fee, right? Because they did tell me about that.
Right.
But the parking, they would charge me like one day, and then they wouldn't charge me for like 3 days, and they charged me, So I think they charged me twice $40 while I was there, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'll get away with paying eighty
Right.
dollars for the whole time I'm here. Well, when I checked out, that's when they were like, okay, here goes the rest of the fee. So
Uh,
yeah. Let me see. We got a question for your meals. Did you do more dine-in or takeouts? Um, some restaurants don't allow dine-in right now. Like Zippy's doesn't allow dine-in. Let me see. We did do like Burger King, McDonald's. I mean, those you can't sit down either. Those are
Mhm.
takeout. The steakhouse was a dine-in.
Mhm.
L&L's over in Pearl City, that was dine-in. Um, for
So
the most
everything
part,
was a
though,
mix of dine in and takeout for your
yeah,
vacation,
yeah,
correct?
yeah, pretty much. So
Is there anything that was like kind of really shocking to you when you came here that you weren't really expecting?
the people,
Mhm.
man. Everybody out there is so polite. Um, I'm from San Diego, right? So when we're driving in the freeway here, speed limit here is 80, right? So and then if you want to get across another lane, and you put your blinker on, people just speed up on purpose, not to let you in. Here, because obviously I'm
Silence.
driving. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I never heard not one time honk their horn. nothing. And then everybody's like, "Oh, traffic is so bad here in Hawaii." It was not bad at all. Maybe the Waikiki area, like H1, yeah, but like Kailua, the North Shore highways, chilling, cruising. What else? What else was shocking to me? Yeah, for one, the people. I actually met a couple families when I was out there, some locals, and um, it's funny because the people that I rented the truck from, they were Mexican, right? So I get off the car and they're like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "No, what are you doing here?" And then he's like, "Oh, actually, yeah." So he's like, "Oh, I've been here for 30 years. I've been out here working for 30 years in the construction." And I was like, "Okay." So it's funny because when we dropped off the truck, um, the mom and I rented the truck from a college student, which was their son. They invited me in their house, right? Me and my wife. The kids were back in the hotel. They didn't want to get up. So I was like, "Okay, we got to take this truck back." We left on Monday. So I took the truck back on Sunday, just so I don't have to deal with anything Monday morning. So they invited us into their house, and we had lunch. I mean, they were home cooked, and we were there for like 2 hours. And then she was just like, "Oh,
Did you take the slipper off when you walked into the house?
Nah, they don't require that over there. Oh, at their house. It's funny. I thought about you guys as soon as I went into their house. I thought about you guys in that video, and I was like, "You want me to take it?" And they're like, "No, you're good." I said, "Okay."
Well, I mean, you asked,
yeah.
you asked. So
No,
that's
of course,
important.
yeah. So, but yeah, they were, we were there just, talking and getting to know each other, and they were like, "Man, next time you guys come, you guys got your house right here, you don't have to worry about nothing." So I'm just like, "Oh man," I said, "Well, next time you guys, they never been to San Diego, right?" But I was like, "When you guys go to San Diego, man, you guys come stay with me. I got a car for you guys, all that." So,
Aww.
Mikasa Sukasa.
yeah, that's it. And then we met the lady that told us about the Poi Factory. She was at the beachcomber. It was her birthday, so she was in the jacuzzi, and her last name is Laie. Come to find out, that's her people's city, like her ancestors'
Really?
land. It's crazy.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but yeah, they were a little different though, because like their son, he talked to me straight Islander. Like I couldn't, I don't really understand what he. Hey, brother, and I was,
Yeah.
yeah. So I was just, I just nod yes to everything he would say. So
Yeah,
but yeah.
it's called pigeon,
Uh-huh.
and they use their own sayings, and
Hmm.
it's hard to understand. We actually on Instagram following this Hawaiian comedy channel, and a lot of jokes they have in pigeon, and I also have a difficulty understanding what it is that they are saying.
Right. No, but other than that, man, honestly, I posted this on my Instagram the other day, man. I was at the lagoon laying down, and I was like, man, I leave tomorrow. I'm like, what was the best thing aside from my family's personal, experience? To me, it was the people I met, man. Like, um, yeah, just the people I met,
Mhm.
So
And that is actually a really good point. Thank you so much for bringing it up, because a lot of people are concerned on the hate of the locals for tourists.
Mhm.
So we don't really live in here. We don't feel it that much either. There are some people who are just being angry, speaking out on Instagram or on social media. But when you come here, you don't really get that, as long as you don't come with entitlement of being a tourist, that you bring in your money and they have to cater to you. As long as you come with aloha, respect for their land, as long as you don't do anything stupid,
Mhm.
the people are still really nice and they welcome you.
Absolutely.
yeah,
For sure.
yeah. But other than that, too, was just
Yeah.
if I can tell you guys, if you guys go to Hawaii, don't just stay in Waikiki. There's so much more to Hawaii than Waikiki. Go out and venture. Like, if I could recommend, go to Lanikai and Kailua. It's a whole completely different beach than Waikiki, than Waimea. Everything is the same, but it's different.
Right.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's about it. Because I met a lot of people that were like, you know, I'm at the pool and they just start talking, and they're like, "Yeah, we've
Mhm.
been here for 4 days. We leave tomorrow." "Oh, well, what have you done?" "Oh, we've been in Waikiki." I was like, "Oh man, there's so much more to this island."
Yeah,
You know?
definitely.
Right.
So
Right. And
yeah.
and also I think it has to do with some people just don't research enough and
Yeah,
they think
true.
they're coming to Hawaii, and they're going to stay in Waikiki, and that is the epitome of everything. That is like,
Right.
once I made it to Waikiki, I'm good. And they don't
Yeah,
venture
yeah.
out on the island. It's just because they haven't done their research enough to know that there's so much more to Waikiki, not
Yeah.
necessarily just because they don't want to venture out, you know?
Right.
Yeah,
So,
perfect. All right, fantastic.
So
You guys have any more questions for Oscar? We don't want to take up any more of his time. He was kind enough to actually be here with us for over an hour and 20 minutes. We've been going live now. If you guys have any additional questions, ask it now. We're going to keep them for another 2 minutes. We thank you guys for joining us to this point.
if you find this live stream and sharing a real experience of Hawaii vacation, real stories, give us a thumb up.
Mhm.
And also, I want to ask you, so how did you, so you returned your car the day before you were flying out. How did you get to the airport from Waikiki to fly out?
oh, I got a Uber.
And do you recall how much it cost you?
100. That was actually more expensive to go to the airport. It was more expensive for me to do that than to go get my car rental. The Uber for that was like $130.
Wow.
Yeah,
So,
but
guys, another tip for you, especially for larger groups, for larger families, Uber charges depending on how many people riding as well. So we right now, again, I'm going to repeat myself, we have high demand on Ubers due to shortage of car rentals. So normally we pay for Uber from Waikiki to the airport $20 to $25, but right now, as you heard Oscar said, that was over $100, which is insane. So book your car to get to the airport from local taxis. You can pre-book it, and it will cost you $35 to get to the
To get
airport.
to the airport.
Oscar, did you use the navigation system app to get around? I just use my phone. I just type in, Lanikai or Waimanalo or, Diamond Head or, PCC, whatever I typed in, it would just
Right.
take me there. So,
Mhm.
yeah,
And
pretty
internet is
easy.
pretty good around the island. Like, you don't really drop services.
There are a couple
There's a
of
few
dead
spots.
spots, but
Mhm.
for most parts. And another tip, guys, you can download Google Apps of this Google Map for a specific area into the phone to work offline. So even if you do get a dead spot, you can still use Google Maps to get around the island. But it's
You don't need it.
literally just a few roads.
Yeah, that's you off the map. A really good app for you to use, Marsha, is Waze. I swear by Waze. I don't really use Google Maps too much. I use Waze just because it's really up to date. If there's any traffic, it'll tell me where the traffic is. If I'm in the traffic, it'll tell me how long before I get out of the traffic in
And
real time.
it will reroute
And
you
it will
as well.
reroute you. Yeah, a lot of times it looks like it's taking you somewhere else, and you're like, "What's going on?" It's because it's avoiding traffic in real time. So I use Waze a lot in a lot of different places. I was even using it in Mexico. Let's see. How's the weather? Every day did it
Weather every day.
rain?
Okay, so this is when it comes to the rain. You could be at Lanikai and it's beautiful and sunny, and then it'll rain for like 5 minutes, and then it's beautiful and sunny again. So is it gonna rain? It's gonna rain everywhere on the island. It's gonna be a slight sprinkle, or it's gonna be a heavy rain for like 2, 3 minutes, maybe five. But other than that, then it moves along, and then the rainbows come up, and then you're good. So, but
But
yeah,
guys, this is summertime.
Yeah.
Winter time, it can rain the entire week straight, pretty much nonstop.
yeah. So yeah, it rained. It rained every day we were there, but it only rained, 10
Yeah,
minutes.
Sprinkles.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
yeah.
right now we are in hurricane season. It was raining just a little while ago. Yesterday it was raining on and off as well.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, right now the rain is super light.
Yeah.
All right, last questions
Last
about my
questions.
mosquitoes.
You want to hit this
Yep.
question? All right, last question.
How bad are the bugs right now too?
Mosquitoes while you were
I don't
out.
know. I never got bit. I don't think I saw a mosquito actually.
So you didn't have any problems with bugs or anything while you were out and
Usually,
about?
Kim, the bugs and mosquitoes are You can encounter them when you go on hikes. In the city, there are no bugs or mosquitoes. I mean, there are bugs inside, like everywhere, like inside the
Yeah.
apartments. You will see some bugs, but right now, if you're just out and about on the beach, because it's so much wind everywhere. But
Yeah.
if you go on hikes, you would definitely need mosquito spray for sure.
All right, guys, that's it. We're going to let Oscar go now. Again, he was kind enough to be here for this live stream, our very first live stream. Thank you, Oscar. This was
Yeah, no
awesome.
problem.
This is real stories of your Hawaiian vacation, the good, the bad, and the
And the
ugly.
ugly.
So if you guys would like to share your recent experience of your Hawaiian vacation, tell us what you did, what was the best thing, what was the worst thing, what not to do maybe
Yeah, for
when you
sure.
get to Hawaii. We would love to bring you on. You can email us at jbo.irina.devan@gmail.com, and we'll invite you as a guest. Thank you so
Thank you.
much, Oscar. It was an honor to have you. And we heard you're planning your next Hawaiian vacation already.
Yeah, I am. So I'll be there in January again. For like
January.
4 days.
Wow.
That's the
Yeah,
rainy
just
season.
my wife and I, and then
Oh,
Okay.
I will come
nice.
back with the kids. Yeah. So
That is so
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
That is so cool. Wow.
All right,
That's it.
so we'll let Oscar go, and we'll close this live stream.
Thanks again, Oscar.
Thank
Sure,
you.
no problem. Yep.
Bye.
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 All right, guys, let us know in the comments if this was useful for you, if you enjoyed this type of live stream. We decided to do this series sharing the real experience, because we've been living here for 3 years and our experience might not be the same as yours. So we want you to hear, opinion of actual tourists
Right,
to
definitely.
Hawaii. So let us know in the comments if this is something that you want to see more of. And just generally speaking, also let us know in the comments what it is that you want us to tell you. Right now we're doing Wednesday walkthroughs where we are taking you on a tour of major hotels, and it looks like you guys have a lot of requests for different
Yes,
hotels.
the hotels is really
And
doing great.
we will be continue this type of tour. But if there's anything else that you want us to do, we've done an ultimate beach tour of most major beaches of Oahu on every different sides. On tomorrow we are doing Kalakaua Avenue real-time walking tour with from one end to the next, and pointing out major hotels, restaurants, and things to do. So
and we'll join you with that in that video as well.
Right.
And you can head over to our channel now, and you can actually set a reminder. So when we do go live, we'll be in the room with you. We could chat it up. If you see anything, have any questions about anything, we'll be there to answer it. It won't be live like this, but it will be interactive because we will be in the chat room with you.
I need help getting to Maui for one day. Grace, we have a Maui itinerary and things to do in Maui, and also on the Big Island. You can check it out.
Yes.
Barry, I still got you guys for dinner. Thank you,
Thank
so
you so much.
We appreciate it.
It's so awesome.
All right, guys. So
let us know if you're watching this on the replay. Let us know if you guys really like this and if you want us to continue it. Again, this is the first episode, hopefully of many. We could bring on much more guests. And if you guys has visited Hawaii recently, definitely reach out to us in an email. We'll chat it up and we'll get you on here and you can tell your story because I'm sure it's amazing.
All right, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and we will see you tomorrow on our premiere. Cheese!
Mahalo.